Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and my Saturday morning video is almost, not quite, but almost an hour late. So I've got to get this video out. I was telling myself last night, oh, you got to get the live stream done because I had a busy day yesterday. Do the live stream, push it back an hour, do it from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time. You still be able to make it to dinner. Just do it from 6 to 7. And then when you get back, shoot your videos for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I did not do that. I got back from dinner and I had myself a little bonfire. It was lovely. Um, what I told myself was, oh, you'll wake up early tomorrow, Vince, to do your video, um, to get your Saturday, Sunday, and Monday videos out. And that sounded like a great idea. Until my farm manager was knocking on the door to my house saying, Vince, we got to spread the gravel. And I said, no, what? We said we'd do that at 10 a.m. And he said, yeah, it's 10. We got to spread the gravel for the woodshed. It's 10. And I'm like, damn it. I do not usually sleep this late. I stayed up very late watching the bonfire. Enjoyed it quite a bit, but it's kind of a rare sleep in for me. Anyways, this first video is going to be a story time because we're phoning it in. Phoning it in. No value for anyone, but maybe someone might chuckle. We've been very lucky. Let's get a little background for the story. Very lucky with some of our support staff over the years. Our current staff that run the firm, I mean the non-attorney, right? I don't like calling them support staff because they run they run things, right? They're not really like a lot of firms are like, oh yeah, our support staff are the wind beneath the wings of our attorneys. And I think of it a little differently. I think of attorneys as kind of like wild animals who have to be like herded. Yes, go attack. Yes, go attack, right? But like, don't go into the wrong gate. You got to go into that. You attack over there, right? So the non-attorneys in a firm generally, in my mind, kind of manage the attorneys. Not like they don't manage cases or anything like that, but they're like, hey, have you updated your calendar today? Great. Have you returned all your calls? Your clients call you. Did you return all your calls? There's like, yeah, I called everybody. Okay. Did you call Mrs. Winslow, who calls you a little baby? No, I didn't call Mrs. Winslow. Well, you have to give her a call back, even though she calls you a little baby. No, I don't. She just makes fun of me the whole time. Well, listen, Mrs. Winslow's case is worth a lot of money. And if you don't call her back, she's not going to be happy. And I won't be happy. And Vince won't be happy. And so it doesn't matter that she calls you a little baby. She's a good client. We got to call her back. I'm kidding, obviously. All right. So, anyways, that's my take. We're very, very fortunate on the non-attorney staff that we've had over the years. We've had a couple who were fairly talented. Well, that's not true. They're very talented. They had fairly successful careers in acting, but they were very talented. And we had one young man who I think he was like, hey, I need a couple of weeks off. I was like, yeah, okay. What's going on? He's like, I got a gig as a satyr. What? I had to Google that. I didn't know what that was. My man was playing a goat boy in a Percy Jackson spinoff. Like a pretty high level role. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Good for you. You're gonna be CGI'd into a goat. Okay. Like a half man, half goat situation. Think of like Pan, the like Greek. Is it Greek? Roman? Greek? I think Greek. Character, like he has a little flute and he's got goat legs, but like the body of a human. But we're not talking about goat boys today. We are, but we're not anymore. We had a woman who was very talented, had some really amazing roles, played some big roles in some big shows. which I'm not going to name because then you could go and like IMDb her and make this weird. And 99.9% of you are super cool, but the 0.01% or whatever it is that make this weird and do weird ass stuff and show up at our office and everything else, like I'm definitely not giving any identifying characteristics for anyone or anywhere that I can avoid. Anyways, so like half a decade ago, this is a long time. I'm not going to blow up anybody's spot here, I think. She was out sick one day, maybe like three days out sick. And guest star Aston. Aston is mad because I closed the door to her litter box. She's very frustrated. So she was out sick for like 3 days. And the first day she was out sick, she got flowers from a nice gentleman. Some gentleman sent her flowers, oddly, to our office because she wasn't feeling well. Apparently not aware that she was, homesick. And then the day dragged on a little bit, and later in the afternoon, she got a second set of flowers. And I was like, oh, this guy thirsty. This guy's trying, right? This boy, he's going to put in the time and effort. And then one of our associates said, nah, that's a different guy. I checked the cards. I said, okay, well, good for what's her name. I'm not going to hate the game. It's New York. And people come to New York to play to win. And that's not what I'm like. She was dating around, right? Like she clearly had a policy of, I'll go on a date, maybe, whatever, If we're not exclusive, we're not exclusive, I think was the policy, right? No foul there. And the next day came by, and we got another rather large. Aston, that's enough. It's enough. Another rather large bouquet, but this one, I want to say it had and this is very strange, but I think it had pearls in it. Like actual, I don't know how real they were. I don't know what the valuation of these pearls were. Like I used to sell Rolexes when I was younger to get through college and worked in a jewelry store, that kind of stuff. So my first thing is how much are those pearls worth really? But that's kind of besides the point because it was a flower arrangement with some kind of pearl necklace in it, displayed in it. And it was large and, red roses, the whole thing. And I'm like, oh man, these two boys, they must know about each other. They're fighting it out. Nope. Same associate comes. She's like, Vince, we got a number 3. We got a number 3. And he sent jewelry. Which also is a bit of a move. If you're seeing someone and you're not exclusive and that person just is under the weather one day and you want to send a get well package, I think jewelry might be a bit of an over. Are you serious? Can you not? So it's a bit much, right? If you're dating someone, you're seeing someone, you're not exclusive, and that person just happens to be out sick for the day from work, sending jewelry at almost any price point, and I don't think this was a low price point piece of jewelry because that would not have gone well with her. She had tastes. Tastes, plural, right? I was just like, this guy. This is a mistake. I don't know what this guy's up to, but this is a mistake. And we're all kind of chuckling about it, but good for her. Game, respect, game. And I'm not saying I have game. I'm saying you're killing it, right? And then, 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later, 5 days later, 6 days later, 7 days later, 8 days later, 9 days later, 10 days later, 11 days later, 12 days later, 13 days later, 14 days later, 15 days later, 16 days later, 17 days later, 18 days later, 19 days later, 20 days later, 21 days later, 22 days later, 23 days later, 24 days later, 25 days later, 26 days later, 27 days later, 28 days later, 29 days later, 30 days later, 31 days later, 32 days later, 33 days later, 34 days later, 35 days later, 36 days later, 37 days later, 38 days later, 39 days later, 40 days later, 41 days later, 42 days later, 43 days later, 44 days later, 45 days later, 46 days later, 47 days later, 48 days later, 49 days Another day goes by. Number four. Number four comes in. So she received rather sizable flower arrangements, a variety of sizes, but none of them small, none of them cheap. Flower arrangements from four gentlemen, one of whom included jewelry of an uncertain value in the arrangement, which also must have made, like, obviously that adds some expense in and of itself. But if you think about it, the jewelry store and the flower store probably are not the same business. So he had to probably have someone, I would assume like his assistant or whatever, coordinate a jeweler and a flower shop. What do we call it? Flower shop? Apiary? I don't really know. Is apiaries bees or flowers? Whatever. He had to coordinate these two businesses and then coordinate a high-end delivery person, because you can't just have a rando deliver pearls, right? Like first off, you need somebody who's not gonna yoink the pearls themselves, right? If you hire a random courier, there's some risk of that, it's New York City. But also, you also need the courier. I mean, the pearls were visible. Part of the thing was they brought this thing in so people could see the expense of the gift that she was receiving, right? And so that had to be moved around like that to some extent. So you need someone not only who will not steal it, but who will actually defend it if someone else, like some random person on the street, wants to grab it, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, that was a lot of time. Even more than the money, it was a lot of time and effort. Like, it's a lot, right? So she came in, I think on the fourth day. And, the flowers are all arrayed on her desk. And we're all kind of like, she comes in and we're like, a couple of us are out, and then we're like clapping for her. Because she would crack jokes about, how dumb men are. And she's not wrong, right? Certainly not wrong. And so, like, it was like a funny thing. And we're like, and yeah. So she like thumbs through the cards. Immediately, two of the items go in the basket. Just it's like swept off the desk. Like, nope. And she did keep two, as I recall. And that was very humorous for me. Although I made the story way, way too long. Later, in her time working with us, a contract attorney who worked for our firm doing, some specific stuff was like, hey, what's the policy here on dating coworkers? And I was like, the policy is don't fucking do it. What are you talking about? Like, we're a sexual harassment law firm. Don't be stupid. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then a week later, he's like, hey, I don't think I can work with you guys anymore. I'm like, really? Aren't we like 90% of your income? Like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, certainly happy for you. What's going on? And rather than having a business plan, his plan was to date that same receptionist. I don't know if she knew about that plan, because I don't know. I don't inquire. I don't want to be in people's lives, but I guess he was the kind of fellow who was upright and was not going to be like, well, if we can't fraternize in the office, I guess I need to not work here because I need to. I don't know if he was asking her out. I don't know if they were dating or seeing each other. I don't know. Not my business. But literally just chucked away what I think was like 90% of his income because he wanted to see her. I was like, okay. Well, that is a decision that you could make. Enough. Anyways, I hope they're doing well. Take care, everybody. Sorry for the crap video. It's a Saturday and I'm late, and I hope all is well. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Take care.